Great awakening, light lords, and grand rising to those who have not yet awoken. To know that what can poison you or what is a toxin can also heal you and become a betterment or a healing. It can also elevate you and cause your body to progress or expand expand its life cycle or its lifespan. Okay, now today I'm going to be starting a series on these common so-called drugs and how we're not taught how to use these types of drugs, how to use these substances, these alchemized substances, these forms of magic and witchcraft that have already been formulated by many people over thousands and thousands of years, and has now come to be a common thing, to be like a common recreational, to be recreational today. Okay. Now, we're going to start off with alcohol because there's a lot of people suffering from alcoholism and having alcoholics in their families and having, depression and anger from having alcohol, in their lives because people misuse it. People misuse it and they don't know exactly what it's for. The only way that you can benefit from something, from anything, any type of tool that you have around you, is if you know how to use it and know what it's for, know what you're using it for. So we have not been taught that as a society. People have no idea, what these things are for. They think they're just for enjoyment, which is true, but there are more specifics and there are details. There's specific purpose for everything. There's a specific purpose for everything in the universe, and alcohol is a naturally occurring substance. It just must be taken by man and filtered to use for a more beneficial purpose. Okay, it's supposed to be. It's a naturally occurring substance that many of the so-called magi and gurus and babas and master teachers and prophets have used. Okay, all of the people we call divine or saviors, they all well, if not all, many of them have used this substance that we call alcohol. Now, the reason it becomes so detrimental to people is because they overuse it, or they act a certain way when they use it because they don't know what it does to their bodies. They don't know what it does to their minds. Okay. Alcohol has this substance called ethanol in it, and ethanol does many different things to different parts of the body. It directly affects the liver, the gallbladder, the kidneys, and other parts of the body. But see, when you do it too much, it affects them adversely. When you do it up to a certain point and you stop, then you get health benefits from it. You actually get health benefits as if you were eating, fruit or vegetables. Certain chemicals get released within the body that go into that affect your bloodstream and your blood flow and your levels of lipids, your levels of cholesterol. Okay, when ethanol gets introduced into the body, it causes your lipids, your cholesterol and your triglycerides. It causes all of this within your bloodstream to raise its heighten the levels of your good cholesterol. It heightens the levels of your good cholesterol, therefore burning more fat, and causing less stress levels. Okay, decreasing stress, decreasing strain upon the heart and the brain. Okay, and it reduces blood pressure, reduces stroke. It basically um, lowers the your death rate. It basically lowers your chance of dying. Basically, it keeps your body at a balanced level. See, when you see this the thing. This is the thing about nature. This is the thing about nature. When you get something from nature and you use it in a balanced way. Once you get anything from nature and you use it in a balanced way, then you will get you, that will help you to maintain balance. Everything in this reality is like I said in my video, rituals and symbolism. Everything is symbols. Everything symbolizes something. It symbolizes some type of principle or some type of morality or principality that you should live by, and it's a reciprocation of energy. It's an infinite reciprocation of energy. If you don't know about the natural laws, go to my playlist and play those 14 videos that I made upon the natural laws, about the natural laws and how to stay in balance with them. And this is no matter what you do, whatever you like doing, you can do it, but just do it in a balanced way. Okay? When people overuse alcohol or do not know how much alcohol they need to drink, then that's when things get out of hand. Okay, spiritually, when you use alcohol is actually called spirit. The word alcohol comes from the word spirit. Okay, so alcohol that's why they call it wine and spirits. That's why they have wine and spirits, which is really similar, because wine has spirits in it, because wine is a natural fermentation. You can go look this up. Natural fermentation. This is a natural substance, a naturally occurring substance. This is what we call alcohol. So there's is the reason it's called spirit is because when you ingest it, it makes your body go into a state of openness, of balance and openness. Basically, it goes into a state of openness, and that means that you could be open to any type of suggestion. If you're not in the mind state to actually control energies around you and within you, then you will be dragged or led by any type of spirit that's around you or within you at that time. Any type of vibration or energy that's within you or around you in your moments of consuming this elixir, this tonic. Okay. Now there's levels of consumption that a lot of people have made. They say like 12 ounces of beer is qualified as one drink. 5 ounces of wine is qualified as one drink, and 1.5 ounces of hard liquor, gin, vodka, or whiskey. The brown drinks. But and on any site that you go to and you research this, and I've come upon this through my own research, it's going to tell you that there is no set limit. This is just what they say it is about, according to statistics. But statistics, when they have a consensus, there's not everyone participates in that. So there's no telling what it affects everyone differently. Basically, this is where you have to go into the wisdom and the occultic knowledge and the hidden information to actually get yourself in tune with nature and qualify yourself to be able to use the energies around you and within you to manipulate yourself, so you can know exactly what you need when you need it and how much of everything you need. Okay, this is called the Holy Spirit. But Christ says all things in moderation. Okay, I must repeat this. The Christ says all things in moderation, all things. And that's why when he went around wine bearers and he went around prostitutes and gamblers and stuff like that, people were mocking him. But he was in balance. He knew exactly what he needed when he needed it. Okay, the Christ energy knows exactly what it needs when it needed it. He attended wedding. He attended weddings. I think it was either a wedding recital or a reception. But he attended these gatherings with people that drank, okay, that consumed alcohol, okay, and he would sip with them, and he would enjoy himself around those people, and anyone that had any questions, about what he taught, he would teach them, okay, and even if they didn't have any any type of, you know, if they had some type of mindset, if they had any type of mindset around him, he would when they came to him, he would teach them. He would teach them, okay, balance. You need to have balance. Everything in moderation. You must know exactly what you need to do, exactly when you know exactly how much of everything around you that is a reflection of yourself that you need to use. Okay, you must know how much of that you need to use. Okay, in order to, you know, keep yourself balanced, but still enjoy yourself. Okay. Now, this alcohol, this spirit, it's a opening spirit. It's a balancing spirit. It's a healing spirit. But once you become greedy, once you get the opposites, you see what I'm saying. Once you start going overboard, trying to get more and more, and not using exactly what you have already when you get it, then that's when everything, you know, everything falls apart. Everything starts going down the negative spiral. Okay, it starts pulling back negatively because you're imbalancing it again. Okay, so there's people that eat all kinds of food, all kinds of meats and processed foods, and they'll sip some alcohol, you know, every now and again, and it will lower their cholesterol. It will lower their bad cholesterol and their blood pressure and their risk of stroke or heart disease and diabetes and dementia, and they'll be in their heart disease heart disease rates are lowered, you know, way lower than people who don't drink alcohol. Okay, go research all of this knowledge yourself, and so you can get a more thorough understanding that alcohol and alcoholism itself is a trap. Okay, it's a trap because we're not taught divine wisdom. We're not brought up on balancing ourselves with nature and these natural substances that are now recreational today. So I hope everyone gets this knowledge and goes to research these things and research all of these different types of substances that we now call recreational, and see where they come from and if they are natural. If they are not, if they are not natural or come from a natural state, then we shouldn't be using them. And if they do come from a natural state, we need to know exactly how to use them, when, and why. Okay? When you're using alcohol, it should be used to to ritualistically open yourself to healing yourself through your own mind. Once you take in so much alcohol and you've talked to yourself and through your Holy Spirit, and you gain that divine wisdom of knowing how to balance, of how to balance your energies, and you can bring in whatever energy you like at that specific time, and you can heal. Then you can create healing within yourself, and you create those suggestions to the subconscious mind to program your life exactly how you want. And that's all I want to say today. I am JAH, and I am here to live out and teach higher wisdom as an example for the collective consciousness. So please spread this information, share, subscribe, add my other social media pages, and let's get this knowledge out here. Let's bring the age of Aquarius, because we bend space-time with our minds through space-time curvature. Okay? Alcoholism is a trap. We must teach ourselves from children up, from seedlings all the way to the full tree. We must teach ourselves the wisdom of all things in moderation. All things in moderation. Knowing how diligently dividing the word of truth, diligently dividing the truth, diligently breaking down the details and getting into the details of why everything exists and what for. Okay? Use this information as wisely as you know how, and try to get as much more understanding as you can about this situation. Okay? Alcoholism is a trap. And many of us fall, and many of us in our family, people in our families have fallen in it. But the time for that is over. I am MASHIAC, and I am here to live out and teach higher wisdom as an example for the collective consciousness. So everyone, please spread this knowledge. I love myself. Peace.